Hello, this is Levistro, the Dragon of Cyberspace, coming to you with all news, tips, and tricks within the gaming spectrum. And it seems like we have another Sag Aftra issue. So those who don't know or don't watch videos about what's going on behind the scenes in the gaming industry, Sag Aftra has been going on strikes revolving money. Yes, money. They were protesting outside of the BAFTA Awards. They had issues in going on strike in Hollywood, making deals that weren't really fair for the lower members of their union, but easily something that the more prominent and people on seats members of their unions, from what I understand, profits. And one of the issues with Sag Aftra is AI. Now, I know people don't like this argument, but it is very true here, okay? What am I talking about? I'm talking about AI. It's Pandora's box. It's been opened. I'm sorry. That's just what it is. Do I like AI? Not really. Do I use it? Well, clearly from my background and my intros and outros, yes, I use it. Would I prefer that? No. But it's cheaper for me, so I use it. It's a good tool. But sadly, Sag Aftra's at it again. And it's not BAFTA. It's not Hollywood actors. It's what one member decided to do with his rights, independently of the union, without their approval, to a corporation, which, again, his right, his choice to do so, his voice, and True Achievements reports. Fortnite's naughty AI Darth Vader draws complaint from Actors Union. Fortnite's AI Darth Vader is the focus of the recent Sag Aftra unfair labor charges brought up against the game signatory company Llama Productions. I think it's almost inevitable that Fortnite's AI Darth Vader would draw fire from this form of Sag Aftra charges, but when you look into the details, it's more complicated than you think. To tell. Let's go. Let's see what you guys say. This isn't a matter of breaking a law. No, it's not. It's not breaking any law, but more circumstantial of agreement developers have with the union. I'll let you go. Let's see what you guys say. Sag Aftra argues that Darth Vader's AI voice in Fortnite took work from human actors. I mean, yeah, and your point? That Darth Vader has no bearing on the massive grind for all those Fortnite achievements. Llama Productions has brought the character to life using James Earl Jones' voice and AI chatbots. Sag Aftra believes the role should have been offered first to a human actor. Fortnite's latest Star Wars crossover brings Darth Vader to the game as the boss player can interact via voice chat in one of the best free expert games you can get. And as you can imagine, you can get him to say all kinds of silly stuff like "I hate sand," as well as phrases that are much less canon due to the AI chatbot generating his voice lines. Fans think it's a pretty fun addition, but the union representing screen actors and writers Sag Aftra doesn't. In fact, as reported by The Hollywood Reporter, it's filed an unfair labor charges against Llama Productions because the company failed to first give real actors the right to refuse the role. Okay, hold on. You heard that right. They're mad because a company did not give their members, the union's own members, the first right to refuse the role. So waste time and ask permission from the actors first before using something that the actor who had the voice originally, it was his voice who gave them the right to do so, the role as AI. Yes, you're reading that right. In a statement, the union explained, "We must protect our right to bargain terms and conditions around the use of voices that replace the work of our members, including those who previously did the work of matching Darth Vader's iconic rhythm and tone in games." Well, I'm sorry, Sag Aftra. I'm sorry, but you don't get that call. If one of your members goes to a company and says, yes, Uncle Sam, or yes, Daddy Corporal, whatever, you can use my AI voice without my consent when I'm dead, because I'm giving you consent now, at the time of my death, you can still totally use my voice for your stuff, because maybe I like playing as Darth Vader, I'm glad I'm part of the legacy, or whatever the case may be. It's his right. It's literally in the Constitution. It's his right. You don't get to consent or not. It's his voice. And I'm not saying shielding here for Darth Vader or Daddy Corporal. I'm actually saying, you could say this was Alec Baldwin. You could say this was John Wayne. You could say any number of people. If they gave that consent in managing their estates and property and voice, you can't do shit. I'm sorry. You're not going to get money for that. Boo-hoo. Cry me a river. You're having L after L after L after L lately. And everyone's getting sick of your shit. Before he passed, Jones signed an agreement so that AI could be used to recreate his voice. In fact, it was used in 2022's Obi-Wan Kenobi TV show. While Fortnite's implementation of Jones' voice as Darth Vader is its first posthumous use, this is the exact situation for which the actor signed the agreement. Yes, it's on the up and up. He was totally okay with it. Totally. Even in death, he can still be Darth Vader. Now, whether a company uses that or abuses that is a different question alternatively. But they're using it exactly as he requested. They're honoring the agreement with his voice. Cutting for the chase, the main point here is that Sag Aftra sees this as a potential instance where other companies can do the same thing. Oh yes, they're going to do it. They're totally going to do it. While it all hinges on more actors signing their voices over to be regenerated AI, is a genuine concern for the industry. Okay, get good. You know, people are going to get tired of hearing the same voice over and over. They're going to look for something new and bold and fresh. You have to provide that freshness, that new hotness. It's always going to happen. People will get sick of hearing the same thing. You think I'm going to be around for 500 years as a freaking dragon? No, eventually, I would be surprised if I'm still around till next year. You know, that's the thing about entertaining. You have to stay relevant, and if you can't stay relevant, people go away. You think people are going to find this AI thing, it's going to be fun, it's new, it's engaging, but eventually they're going to get bored of it and move on. It happens. I'm sorry you didn't get your union dues. I'm sorry you didn't get a cut of the action. I'm sorry you didn't get your $5 billion. Boo fucking who? You didn't do shit. With that being said, there's no shortage of actors willing to extremely able to lend a voice to any media to bring the iconic Sith Lord to life. Matt Sloan is the most prolific Darth Vader, but Scarlett Lawrence has played him more than a couple times as well. You only need to look at the massive catalog of Star Wars games to find dozens of instances where human actors have done an accessory job of playing Darth Vader, including James Earl Jones himself. And yes, there's no argument about that. Okay? There's none. But here's the thing. I bet you a lot of those times they had someone else other than James Earl Jones. I bet you many of these people were trying to get James Earl Jones to be Darth Vader. Would you rather have a knockoff brand or the Darth Vader? And now he's passed away. So you would have an argument there that we should have someone else lifting the role. Okay. But James Earl Jones, the voice of Darth Vader himself, literally gave them permission to continue using his voice after death. And they're going to, this is no different than like in the 90s, let's say. And let's say James Earl Jones died then, and they used voice files from his the movies and stuff, and they clipped them into the game. This is no different. It's none different. Sorry, guys, it's no different. Sag Aftra has a point here that Llama Productions, in partnership with Disney, opted to use James' AI and James' voice seemingly without any intention to offer a role to human actors. That's kind of... What point are they making? What point are they making? That's unfair. They didn't give their union members a chance. They're saying, here's the thing. They're trying to make themselves look good, Sag Aftra, but they want money. They want money. No one lost any money, but the people not involved. It's no different than if they didn't choose me to be the voice of Darth Vader. They choose AI. I don't get money from it. If they don't choose AI, I don't get money from it. Should I be butthurt too? It's not fair. I didn't get a chance to be a voice for Darth Vader. Do you see this? Clearly, I'm a voice actor. The voice behind Levistro is a voice actor. Maybe not a good one, but he's voicing the voice of Levistro, the Dragon of Cyberspace. You know, if I pass away and Levistro is still a good channel, and I didn't waive my rights, is it fair that well, I don't know, they gave Sag Aftra a chance rather than, you know, someone who was covering for me or in my community that could actually do it? What's next? Or the fact, or is it unfair that I didn't go ask a musician, give a musician a chance to refuse the role of creating Levistro plays or an outro for me, Council of the Dragon, instead I went to freaking AI? Or I couldn't afford a commissioned artist, but instead of giving a commissioned artist the right to refuse the role to freaking draw my backgrounds and designs, I went to AI. Alright. I'm sorry you're felted, but maybe instead of complaining that you have a right to all this stuff, I'm sorry, you don't have a right. You don't get to demand things. Everyone has the right to live for the fruits of their labor, which gets their trade, without force or coercion, as long as it doesn't violate the first two rights. Meaning, everyone has the right to express themselves unforced and without coercion, as long as it doesn't violate the right to live, the very first right. And only murderers forfeit that right. That being said, right to expression goes for a lot of stuff. First off, that means that a company has the right to express themselves. They want to have the OG Darth Vader voice. They have a right to use that voice. If that voice was not forced or coerced, meaning that James Earl Jones consented to the use of it. James Earl Jones consented to the use of it, and he probably got paid for that before death. Like, he got paid. He sold his voice, right? So he got paid for that. That means the fruits of his labors, his voice. He worked hard to make his voice a de facto voice for voice acting, from Mufasa, Darth Vader, Field of Dreams, you name it. James Earl Jones has been around. His voice is iconic. He made Darth Vader. David Prowse may have played the body of Darth Vader, but it was James Earl Jones who made the voice. And you know what? He has every right to sell that voice if he wants. You may not agree with it. I may not agree with it. It is what it is. But he has that right. It's his private property, his body, his choice, right? And you're upset because your actors didn't get a chance? Well, I guarantee you, if your actors were doing really well and had a really good reputation, and you had a really good reputation as a union, then yeah, and you had a valid point, I'd be like, yeah, it's not fair. Do I see that you have a point about corporations using AI more? Yeah. But they're also saying actors are, selling their voices, and you have a problem with that. That means you don't get a cut. That's what you don't really care about these actors. We've already seen it with the Hollywood strikes. You don't fucking care about your own members. You care about money, just like corporation greed. You're just as corrupt as they are. So I'm sorry, I don't feel for you. I really don't. Do I want actors to have good jobs? Yes. If I remember correctly, wasn't it Sag Aftra that tried to tell actors they would be blackballed for working with Peter Jackson on Lord of the Rings? Because he didn't want to use their union? Just pointing it out there. Anyways, continue on. There's a point. Voice actors seem without intention of offering the roles of human actors. Legally, though, this seems to be above board. No, it's not seems to be. It is above board. I may not be no lawyer, but I just literally find rights that we've had for hundreds of years. We may not like it, and here's where you do acknowledge, no matter how wrong that might feel. It may feel wrong, it may feel scummy, all right? But if it's on the up and up, I'm sorry, it's legal, it's legit. There's no law against it. Fortnite is undoubtedly one of the best Xbox shooting games you can play, and the videos of Darth Vader going on and on about Sand are endlessly hilarious. And they don't even talk about some of the naughty things he said. Okay. For those who don't know, Darth Vader was saying some, let's just say, gangster words, and in front of kids, and Epic Games had to make a quick fix for parents. You know, and parents more control over it. But here is the Sag Aftra statement on Forged Ice Shoot. So we'll go see what they say. Let's give them a chance. This is their official statement. We celebrate the right of our members in our states to control the use of their digital replicas and welcome the use of new technologies to allow new generations to share the enjoyment of those legacies and renowned roles. However, we must protect our right to bargain terms and conditions and uses of that voice that replace the work of our members. Key point here. I'm going to say this again. I'm going to highlight. I know y'all probably can't read it. We must protect our right to bargain terms and conditions, dictate how things are used so they can get paid around the uses of voice that replace the work of our members, including those who previously did the work of matching Darth Vader's iconic rhythmic voice and tone in video games. Basically, it's like James Earl consented, Disney consented, you know, two consenting adults making a trade, but Sag Aftra didn't consent. They weren't even involved in the conversation. This is all about money for them. They literally say it. Rights to bargaining terms and conditions. Fortnite's signatory company, Llama Productions, chose to replace the work of humans' performance with AI technology. Unfortunately, did so without providing any notice to their intent to do so without bargaining with us over appropriate terms. As such, we filed an unfair labor practice. How's that unfair? You're not complaining about YouTubers using AI to make music, because I'm sorry to say this, but I play royalty-free music that some artist made that says I can totally do that. YouTube's gonna freaking copyright ding me because there are fucking bots. They don't want to fucking fix their copyright shit. So there's AI bots out there finding little bars of music that they're told to search for, and there could be copyright music, and so I can't fucking use that. I have been dinged almost a year. That I got tired of it, and I was like, oh wait, AI can't be copyrighted, so I'm going to use AI music. That's the reason why I'm using AI music. You know, there are songs out there that I feel would better fit Lavistro Place intros that artists have made that I would love to have used. You know, back in the day, I could make a mixtape and I wouldn't have the FCC or the FTC or any other agency, FBI, you name it, coming after me for copyright infringement if I made a mixtape for my friend. Now, if I have a mixtape and I'm not even monetized or don't monetize my channel, and I use it, it's all of a sudden a copyright strike. If I watch a video, react to a video that has that music, or play a video game that has that song in there, copyright infringement. Motherfucker, I bought the game. It's in the game. I'm using it under license. You can't copyright strike me because I'm not using it in any other sense than streaming a game. I'm not profiting off of that. I'm just streaming a game. I didn't say it's mine. I didn't plagiarize. None of that stuff. So, you know what? We had to freaking go through those freaking back channels, remove that song so people don't hear the background song and all they hear is the voices. Or I had to lower my gameplay volume very loud and very low so all you hear is the people talking on my channel or myself. That's not fair to my viewers. That's because people want money. They don't want to work for it. They want to ride off people's coattails and find themselves as, we're holding this in public trust. Or in this case, you didn't let me get involved in the conversation so I can get my cut from him using his own voice and ride off the coattails of his success. That's all Sag Aftra does. They literally just ride off people's success. Sag Aftra represents approximately 160 actors, announcers, broadcast journalists, dancers, DJs, news writers, news editors, program hosts, puppeteers, recording artists, singers, stunt performers, voiceover artists, and other entertainment and media professionals. Sag Aftra members are the faces of voices that entertain and inform America and the world. They're proud affiliate with the AFL-CIO. Sag Aftra has national offices in Los Angeles, New York, and local offices nationwide, representing members working together to secure the strongest protections for entertainment and media artists into the 21st century and beyond. Except you failed on that in Hollywood. And no one paid attention to you too much during the BAFTA Awards. And now you're trying to go after this Darth Vader voice thing because it's hot. It's a hot news. It's got people attention because he says naughty things, and you're trying to get attention. You're dying, Sag Aftra. I'm sorry, but you're dying. You're irrelevant, and I wouldn't be surprised if people started leaving your freaking club and do their own thing, like sell their voices to AI because they're sick of your shit. Now, they said they had a legal statement here. A copy of the filing can be read, which I have it here. And it's the United States of America Nation Labor Relations Board charge against employer. It's funny they redact the telephone email, but they won't redact this stuff. But since they did that, I'm just going to show you how scummy that is. The above named employer is engaged in its the type of establishment is entertainment, identity principal product or service, interactive media, voiceover, and other services. The above named employer has engaged in is engaging in unfair labor practices with the meanings of Section 8, subsection blah blah blah, under the National Labor Relations Act, and these unfair labor practices are affecting commerce in the meaning of the Act, or these unfair labors are practices affecting commerce. Postal recognition, whatever. Basically, the charge with the past 6 months, the employer by its agents representatives failed to refuse to bargain in good faith with the union and making unilateral changes to terms and conditions of employment without providing notice to the union or opportunity to bargain, by utilizing AI generated voices to replace bargaining unit work team. I'm sorry, but yeah, they're saying it'd be like if it'd be like I don't know, for most of my viewers this would probably work better. Saturday Night Hypnosis and Hypnotic invites, well, I don't know, Amaranth on. Let's go with that. Let's say they invite Amaranth on to talk, but they didn't come to me in good faith to because I'm a hypnotic mod, to see if I would like to try and be a guest star, because I'm a VTuber and a streamer as well. I'm sorry, you know people are going to tell me, right? Tough titties. It's Hypnotic's show. He can do whatever he wants. This is their company. They can do whatever they want. You can't go and complain to Big Daddy government that you didn't get interviewed for a job. You don't have that right. I'm sorry. If they don't come to your people, your talent agency that you're posing as a union, that's on you. I'm sorry. That's on you. There's nothing illegal here. I don't think it's going to hold up. I think the Department of Labor Union is going to laugh unless they have someone on the inside. I think this is them just crying for attention, and they got it. But what do you think, viewer? Do you think do you think Sag Aftra is being scummy as a union, or do you think they have a fair point in the labor laws? Do you think what Fortnite and its proxy company Llama Productions is doing is scummy? Do you think what James Earl Jones did before his death was scummy? Or do you think they had a right to what they're doing? They're just on the up and up. Put your thoughts in the comments below, and as always, happy gaming.
Worlds clash in endless collision, gaming news with a fierce precision, with a spark so wild it breaks the norm. In the tempest eye of cyberstorm, reclaim gaming and dragon cast. Fire breathing wide, screaming loud, the Vistro's here to shake the crowd.